Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How you guys doing? Welcome to your weekly energy check-in. We're going to take a look at money, love, career, all the energy for the week that might be coming up, and any side messages from spirit. Okay, so please take what resonates for you, leave the parts that do not. If nothing resonates on this video, I have plenty of others. Okay, so you can check them out. Happy Leo season. I am a very proud Leo. My birthday is coming up in a few days here, and so I just want to shout out all the Leos that are having a birthday today, all the Leos that had their birthday, and all the birthdays that are coming up. All right, pause up top, babe. It is our season. It is time to shine. Okay, so go out there and do the thing. All right, let's see. Let's get some overall this week. Guys, please don't forget, give it a like. Don't forget to sub. Come on back and see me, okay? So we have the man holding a coin. This is a great card. This card talks about somebody, potentially a romantic relationship coming up for some of you. You may get connected with somebody who's actually well connected here and who has some money, okay, who's got their financial life together. But this card also talks about people coming into our lives that are very helpful to help us get grounded financially and maybe helping buy property, things like that. So this is a person of education, knowledge, who is imparting that to you. It's a very good friend, somebody who's trustworthy and somebody you can depend on, that when you ask, is this the right thing to do, they're going to give you that kind of guidance and wisdom when it comes to your stability and financial situation, okay? And as I said before, this is that person that you want to, this is like a King of Pentacles, okay? So this is somebody coming in to your life, if you are single, who is very stable, they're trustworthy. It's a good, solid foundation that you're building on this week, regardless of whether it's a relationship, romantically, or a relationship or friend that you make a partnership, okay? So I love this. This one can also bode well for like business opportunities and stuff like that too, okay? I barely have any room here, guys, so excuse my reaches and all the crazy stuff that you're gonna see. Let's look at one of your challenges for the week before we jump into some of the other stuff that we're gonna see. I apologize, guys. I was just sneezing really bad, so I get all stuffy when I sneeze. Biggest challenge for Leo this week. Okay, you got Gaia's Garden. You have Gaia's Garden, and this says fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. Okay, reaping what you sow. But this is in this, typically this card would be in reverse as it came out, so let me put it that way. It's card number 18. Let me read it for you. All right, as a challenge, when this card appears, it says, in her garden, she gently points out that you've forgotten to give back to the world. She gently points out that you're forgotten to give back to the world, or perhaps you've become lazy, expecting fruit to fall from the tree when you're resting below in its leaves. Gardens require tending, water, and food for the soil. Everything you have within you is needed in the world, so don't underestimate the power of what you have to offer, Leo. Timely effort is called for when Gaia challenges you to help in her garden. So ask not what you will get this week, but what you can give. Trust me when I say the getting is in the giving, guys. We have this saying around the coaching world, the getting is truly in the giving, and the more that you give, the more that you give, the more that you actually receive. What is with me today? I'm tired of me already, and I just got started. All right, I think it's just early in the morning, and I'm not up to speed yet. Okay. It says, you'll be pleasantly surprised by this change of perception. Be careful to not procrastinate too much, or the window of your current opportunity might close. So you need to seize the moment this week, Leo. You need to seize the opportunity that's at hand. That's this right here, the man holding a coin. Yet even if you do miss this one, as long as you're willing to help in the garden, you will most likely see another. So be sure you're planting some seeds in your garden, giving back to others, making an effort to do so, okay? So if you are getting some financial abundance or some opportunities here, make sure that you make that a part of, your giving process, okay? All right. Let's see. I have another message here. Message. Oof. Man, them sinuses is something. All right, let's see what we got for Leo, please. Messages for Leo this week. Okay, you've got wisdom and you've got the bay leaf here. And we actually have tarot. So some of you may be pulling tarot this week. We have the symbol of Leo right there. So Leo, it's definitely our time at this time. And it's a 22, which is a master number. So you could be really mastering something around gaining wisdom at this time. I'm sorry for the glare, guys. There's just so many. I don't know if it's this. Yeah, it's that for sure. There we go. I pushed it out of the way so it's less glare. Gaining some wisdom by using different spiritual tools this week. Okay, Leo, I like that for you. And the bay leaf is actually good luck too. I don't know if you guys know. I know in Brazil, like every year, my family, I'm not Brazilian, but I was married to a Brazilian, but my family, we used to write on the bay leaf, and then we would put it, we would keep it in our pockets or keep it in our wallets for the year on the new year. So it's like good luck to bring to fruition things for you. So, I picked that up too. Maybe some of you are using some sort of scripting, some sort of manifestation technique this week to bring yourself some good luck at this time, especially if it's your birthday, because we have the Leo symbol here. We have divination with tarot. This also looks like a book here. So again, writing down a lot of your stuff, mastering manifestation this week, big for you. And then we have the Brockery. So like this too, this looks like Pisces here. And this looks kind of like a wand. So again, with the magic. And then we have leadership. So we have leadership, really you shining this week. We also have the moon card number 6. So something maybe about balancing like your spiritual and your practical in your job or in your life, okay? Like being the leader when you're at work, but then coming home and being in a softer energy this week, okay? I want to also say some of you, maybe you got some iron issues, or you need some sort of cruciferous vegetables. It could be too like hormonal balance. Some of you could be looking at hormonal balance this week as well. But definitely like your spiritual life and like creating magic in your spiritual life, but also being grounded to be able to go work and do the things we has to do, okay? Because isn't that a pain in the ass? Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's challenging trying to do both. All right, let's see. What's your spiritual message for the week? What's your spiritual message for the week? Okay, you have boundaries, so setting strong boundaries this week is going to be important for you, Leo. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? This could be a lot of the spiritual work that you're doing this week, okay, my loves? So where do you need to set better boundaries this week, Leo? Okay, if you knew the amount of cards I have here, you'd be like, damn, girl. All right, let's see. They're just everywhere, that's all. Because sometimes I like to switch up the cards. All right, let's see. Let's start getting into career, work, side messages from spirit. These are all sort of side messages, I feel. We're going to jump into tarot in just a second, okay? What do we have for Leo this week? Okay, we have 2 messages. That's what I was looking for. So crazy. Didn't I say real estate, right? That was one of the first things that we talked about was actually real estate. And it says any dealings in real estate will be profitable at this time. So investing in real estate, making buys, purchases, and even selling could be very profitable for you. It says realtor, loan officer, appraiser, or any career in real estate might be a good change for you, or something that maybe you want to enter into if you're in that space this week of changing careers, or you're already looking into it. And then it says build a solid foundation prior to building several stories above it. So make sure you're working on a solid foundation here that you're creating for yourself before you start building on top of it, okay, Leo? And then we have silence. Oh, you're gonna try to make us quiet this week? I don't think so. Alrighty. Moving in silence while you continue to build. So yes, please keep your moves to yourself, Leo. Keep your moves to yourself this week. There could be people that are around you that want to take your ideas, run with it, do the things that you're talking about. So yeah, sometimes you got to surprise people, right? And just do the pop-up and be like, boom, here I am. Totally different. All right, moving in silence, good for you this week. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power as well. That's what it says. Sorry. I'm still getting used to this setup, okay, guys, but I do kind of like it. So, and then it says sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. So that's also, like I said, something you need to be careful of, okay, my loves? All right, now let's get into it. I have a few closing messages for you after we get into this tarot reading, but of course I found the stiffest deck I have. I love this deck, but it's so stiff. It's like you could barely shuffle this deck. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. And I used to use it all the time, but I hardly use it now because it's just so hard to shuffle. So, but let's get into it and see what we got for money this week. Leo, we have the Queen of Pentacles sitting pretty. I love that for you financially this week. We have the Page of Wands coming in reverse. So some of you may have some fizzling out type of energy. Maybe you're just a little burnout or tired this week. Okay, so you could be feeling that around your work. And maybe around money, maybe you're not having many ideas when it comes to making money, or you're feeling a little inspired around that. But we have the Chariot. It feels like it's very temporary energy. You're overcoming what feels like some sort of money block. So maybe some of you are starting out here really good recently, but then you're just sort of, this week is feeling a little tough for you financially to be able to see your way through. I don't think you need to worry about that because I do feel like things will be moving forward for you a little bit. Okay, let me just clarify. Let's just clarify a little bit. Just want to see about this Page of Wands. Clarify the Page of Wands for me in reverse. Yeah, so really, you know, High Priestess can be, excuse me, darkness, mystery, our higher self. Like you could be looking to your higher self for some inspiration here, really seeking, like going within and trying to find some sort of ideas or inspiration here when it comes to maybe feeling good on the job, making money, how you can move forward, right? So, and you could be keeping it a secret that some of you are looking to maybe leave where you're at because you're looking at other ventures in your life this week when it comes to your job or when it comes to your financial situation. But I like the Chariot because the Chariot is just powering forward, even though we're feeling this burnt out sort of, I'm not very inspired right now type of energy, okay? Feeling like you can't move forward or there's no real plan. So I think you're being encouraged to sit with it before you make some plans here and not share it with others, okay? Yeah, so you have the Two of Swords. It was coming out sort of sideways. So yeah, you may feel a little bit blocked here and moving forward, but the pause is intentional. Let me say that. I feel like the pause is intentional for you this week. Spirit, I just feel that. It just came to me like the pause is intentional. So if you're not feeling it, but you're like, bring that money, it's still coming. I think this time is meant to just sort of like be still. Sometimes there's just air, right? I just felt this. I think I just talked about this yesterday. I was like, oh, it just feels like nothing's really happening, right? But sometimes the pause is intentional because we just need to sit with where we're at. And instead of just trying to push through everything, be intentional about what you're creating next year or your next move when it comes to your finances and your work, okay? And so you will, I believe, Cancer energy here, I believe you'll be pushing through this. You'll figure it out. Okay, you'll figure it out. Some of you need more spiritual time, and that's maybe why your pause is happening here too. Okay, my friends. Okay, my friends. All right. All right, my friends. Let's look at your mind, body, spirit. Let's look at mind, body, spirit real quick. I just feel to look at mind, body, spirit. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. Let's put that here. It's weird. It's like all the way over here. Mind, body, spirit. Calgon, take me away. Anybody remember that? You'd have to be pretty old to remember that one. All right, mind, body, spirit, the strength card. Some of y'all are holding back from maybe getting something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What else do we got here for Leo? I feel like that's the card there. We have the Five of Swords. Some of you may feel a little bit challenged here when it comes to mind, body, spirit. Let's see. Let's get some clarity on this Five of Swords. This is Five of Swords, Spirit. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. You guys see that? Eight of Swords in reverse. And let's get the Strength. I feel like that's who we have, the Knight of Wands. Okay. So I feel here when it comes to mind, body, spirit, you guys are doing okay. I think you're fighting with yourself about discipline and feeling inspired this week. Okay, the star is when we're not feeling very hopeful about something that we're longing for here with the Three of Wands. So some of you, again, like I said, you have a vision, you have something happening here, but maybe it feels very stagnant and sort of stuck. The pause is intentional. Okay, Spirit is trying to get you to pay attention to something right now. Maybe it has to do with your health and wellness. Maybe you're just supposed to focus on the physical body at this time, or just what you're up to in other areas of your life. Okay, like we can't always be ambitious. We can't always be in a state where we're just constantly pushing. We get burnt out. Okay, so again, I think the pause is intentional, but this is great because we have this Eight of Swords in reverse, which is great because this talks about us steadily feeling better. So if you've been going through something, like I said, feeling very uninspired, feeling clouded, a little bit maybe depressed or not hopeful, like things are just real stiff and stagnant here, maybe even in your body energetically, I feel like this is shifting. You're taking back some control here. The Five of Swords is not only when there's a fight, but it's also somebody trying to take control here, setting boundaries too, even though it's very much more aggressive. You may need to aggressively get at something this week that has to do with your system of beliefs. Okay, having to do with your system of beliefs. I do see good health here. Some of you may be dealing with like habits, like change shifting habits, because they have been unhealthy for you. So I see that too. And part of that has to do with your mind state, which is energetically going to shift you. All right. Sachi, come here. What are you doing? She's up to no good because Petunia's sleeping. And when Petunia starts sleeping, Sachi gets up to things. All right. So let's take a look at love. I feel complete here unless something else comes up for me. We do have Aquarius, the star in reverse. Okay, let's talk about love. I think I want to grab the singles first. Ooh, the World. Yeah. Yeah, baby. That's, I'm just kidding. That's the internets. Okay, so we're looking on the internets. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. Maybe you're talking to or meeting somebody with one of those signs, which is good. Let's talk singles. Singles. For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Singles for Leo. Everything is fine. That's like our Ten of Swords. Okay. What else? What else for Leo? I'm going to take it. And the Six of Pentacles. I think you're having trouble this week if you're single, finding people that like stay connected with you. That's what it's really giving me. Like it's giving that you're communicating, but like you're not getting exactly. I'm tired of me. Okay, so you're not getting the reciprocity. You see how she's looking at the phone? Right? But it's a Ten of Swords. It's like, I'm waiting. So maybe there was a really nice connection that you had here with somebody that you felt was going to go somewhere, but you're realizing like, nope, they just dropped off the face of the earth. Okay. So I do feel a bit of that energy. Let's see what else we've got coming up here. These cats. Ay. They're so silly. I wish you could see them. They're so funny. They're so jealous of each other. What's everything? Clarify that everything's fine. Yeah, eight of cups. So yeah, somebody here may have just dropped off when it came to communication between the two of you in this dating situation. Okay, while you were looking for some reciprocity here, you were like, hey, I'm trying, I'm putting the energy in. What's up? What's going on? Why did I drop off for? Okay, yep, 5 of cups. Kind of sad because maybe you were making a really good connection here with somebody. Or maybe you were supposed to meet up. I get that too. Yeah, the lovers. Okay, so Gemini or Virgo here, quite possibly Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. You could have been connecting with one of these signs or more, but it seems like maybe you were supposed to meet up, you were having good conversations, but then all of a sudden either this person was like, nah, I'm good, or they just dropped off and you're not hearing from them. Okay, so again, it's like, you know, heartache. No reciprocity. I'm not getting anything I wanted here that I thought I was going to get. Okay, my loves. Let's dive into the big love reading. All right, let's dive into the big love reading. All right, and then we're going to get some closing messages from Spirit, maybe some advice on what to also focus on this week, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's talk about those who are in romantic loving connections for Leo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the 5 of Wands. All right, overall, not my favorite. We also have Justice. What else do we have? Three more cards, please, Spirit. Okay, we have the Fool, Aquarius. Aquarius. Damn, 2 majors, guys. What the hell is going on here? And then we have the Aces. Ooh, somebody lied. All right, biggest challenge in this connection. Biggest challenge in this connection, please. The 6 of Swords, moving on. Okay, I'm going to put it this way since I don't have much room here. Well, let me just move these up. We have the 5 of Wands. Trying to create the space here, guys. All right, let's see your potential outcome. Potential outcome for this situation for Leo in connections. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Relationships, situationships. 4 of Pentacles. And the advice, please. The advice. There it is. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So there's something around working on this connection here and maybe holding on to it here. Let me just put it this way. Okay. Actually, switch these so I knows what I'm doing. Sorry for everybody who is freaking out about, you know, anything being sideways. Okie dokie. All right, Leo, let's take a look at what's going on here. So we have some arguments. We have some jealousy, maybe even something going on. There's some sort of issue that's coming up here. If I look at this Ace of Swords in reverse, it's telling me that there's some confusion, cloudiness, or maybe even some lies. Okie dokie, some lies is coming out here. We have Justice and the Fool being our opportunities for new beginnings, and Justice being our truth. Standing in our truth and even fairness, okay, making decisions here. So let's see what this 5 of Wands is all about. Clarify the 5 of Wands. Okay, something got found out here. Okay, somebody is finding out something, or there's a deeper truth behind what's happening here that's kind of coming to the surface. Okay, it feels like feelings may be coming to the surface. There could even be, you know, somebody sneaking and looking around, like a jealousy type of vibe. Like, who is that? You know, who is that making all these weird comments? And believe me, as somebody on the internet, people just come along like they're in relationships with you from time to time, and you're like, squeeze me? I don't know you. It's weird. All right, let's look at the Justice card. We have the Sun and the 4 of Wands, you could be in a situation where some of you are married. There's general happiness here, which we can't complain about. We have Leo energy, stability, happiness, celebration, but there's some sort of contention. Okay, what's the Fool? Good. An opportunity for a new beginning here. Maybe some of y'all taking a leap of faith. Also, let me just say, somebody's getting a job definitely for sure this week. Definitely for sure this week. But this is our new beginning. Okay, what's the Ace of Swords in reverse? Okay, the Hangman, Pisces energy. Okay, so there may have been something that's not clear here in this connection. There could have been a big misunderstanding, and somebody's looking to figure out how to work on making this better, fixing it, having a new beginning here. Okay, there could have been some lies that came to truth here. We have like a restart, we have rebuilding, even though something could have been based on an untruth. And this is bringing a lot of issues to the connection at this time. Maybe something was not clear that, you know, you're finding out now, or somebody wasn't clear about whatever the intention was here. But with the Hangman, this is that pause, right? We have a lot of pausing this weekend before, or not this weekend, this week before you make decisions, Leo, okay? So this is about not being a hothead, right? Seeing things without rose-colored glasses, but like discernment, okay? Big on discernment and what you already have and the value of that before making major decisions that could affect you in very deep and profound ways at this time. I just don't feel like this reading is saying make these big, huge decisions right now. This is a great thing for you to do. It's kind of coming up in many areas to not just, you know, because you're pissed or because whatever, jump to some conclusions here, okay? Find out the facts first. That's our Hermit, Virgo energy. Finding out the facts about what the hell is going on here. This jealousy, this contention, this mismatch, this argument, things like that, okay? So, I don't mind this reading. I just think you guys are probably trying to figure out how to patch things up or understand each other, okay? So the big problem here is the Six of Swords. This is moving on. Maybe there's something that you're standing your ground on and you're like, no, bitch, I saw what I saw. I heard what I heard, okay? You lied when you lied. You did what you hid something here, you know, and now I've got to decide. I've got to make sure my mind's clear before I decide if I'm going to let go, because our Hangman can represent us letting go as well, okay? Six of Swords, why is that here as the biggest challenge? Yeah, judgment, okay? Because this is our need to reconsider, to look at all the parts before we be making them decisions, because the Leo will be quick to cut people off, okay, with quickness. Quick to cut somebody off, okay? So Leo, you're having a hard time moving on from it, maybe. Maybe you need to reconcile something about it. You need to know the true, the facts. You need to solve the issue. If that's what's happening between the two of you, is coming up with a solution, right? And also, Leo, you know, if it's what I see here, then it's giving somebody an opportunity to make good on fixing it, okay? So potential outcomes for Pentacles. This is when we're protecting ourselves, but also we're holding on, okay? And we have it with the Emperor in reverse. We might not feel good about it. We have Aries here in reverse. There may be some sort of control thing happening here. Maybe you feel like you're trying to do damage control here a little bit, Leo, or damage control needs to be done, all right? But your potential outcome looks not horrible. Well, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the advice, and that's really putting the work in, learning, putting the work in, because I do think that this is a valuable connection. Some of you may have, yeah, look at this, the Six of Pentacles popping out. Okay, with, you know, being fair to each other and giving each other the opportunity to work on this, giving your person the opportunity to work on the connection as well, okay? Not just making this cutthroat decision here and cutting somebody off and being like, I'm protecting me, You know, sometimes people can change, right? I talk about it from time to time. People can change. I think that there's an opportunity for that, but both people need to be doing the work here. It's not just we blame one person. This has to do with both of you. Maybe both of you, you know, are part of this argument or the dishonesty or the unclarity, okay? So I do feel like it's a misunderstanding, but it's the kind of misunderstanding that isn't worth giving up an entire relationship over. Okie dokie. Y'all will figure it out. For some of you, it ain't. It's huge. It's huge. And you got to figure out how you go forward and how you will be protecting yourself, Leo, okay? How you will work together with this person to create solutions so that you can both get what you need and what you want. Now, I forgot, I wanted to grab a card. Guys, will you be patient with me? I gotta just go right here and grab a card. Sorry. I totally forgot about it before I started this reading. Where is it? Okay, is it not right here? Oh, holy Hannah. Give me 2 seconds. I'm so sorry, my loves. My fault. I just can't see into my cabinet from that direction, so I can't see the cards. To be honest, I don't even know where it is. What the hell? Well, guys, maybe I'm not getting that card, huh? I mean, where is it? Where is it? All right, so I'm not seeing it. It's okay. All right. It's okay. It made me grab another card that I want to get for you guys. I apologize. Sorry. Sometimes, I don't know about me. Alrighty, let's see. What do we got here? What's the message for Leo regarding this reading and regarding this week, Spirit? What's the message you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Let's wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate love each and every one of you for all of your energy and all of your support. Please don't forget, give it a like. Don't forget to sub, okay? You guys got the energy flow, and it says, clear pathways in the body for spirit's energy to transform. I release any blocks. Remember, we talked about some of those blocks here, okay, guys? So I'm going to stick this here. All right. I'm going to get a what you need to release message for you. Let's see, what does Leo need to release this week? What does Leo need to release this week, please? Petunia's walking around looking for Sachi so she could play. It's the cutest thing. Okay, we have surrender fear this week. All right, Leo. And it says, let go of the fearful stories that you're telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Yes, kings and queens. Yes. All right. And then let's look at your message from the angels. Let's look at your angel message. You have noticed the signs. Notice the signs. And it says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and you are never alone. So the angel's showing up to say, hey, we've been dropping you little messages to let you know we're here. We ain't going nowhere. Okay, my loves. And let's get a couple of these cards here and see what other kind of things we have this week for you. So we have June. Maybe something happened in June for you that's coming to fruition in the month of August. Okay. I just heard winning streak. So some of you, your winning streak may have started in June and it's going to continue. We have a family sorrow here with the weeping willow. So maybe like, you know, maybe a loss of a pet, or maybe just somebody's not well in the family. Okay. And we have the rose. Romance is in the air. Like I said, some of y'all meeting somebody here, okay? And let's just, I feel to get one more. All right, Leo. And we have dagger. Fear, worries, and tense situations. So yeah, you're going to be facing some tense stuff or some fear and worries this week. But never to fear. Spirit is here with you. Notice the signs. The angels are letting you know they are with you every step of the way this week. All right, my loves. So that's what I have for you. Leo, love you so much, guys. Happy, happy birthday to you. Please don't forget, again, one of these. Don't forget to sub. Come on back and see me. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week, okay? Bye.